Hello, my beauties. How are you all doing out there in the world? I'm sure about now everybody is really vibing off of this huge whirlwind of lunar and solar and planetary energy that's going on at the moment. We came out of the full moon energy at the end of March with its lunar eclipse energy on top, and straight into a Mercury retrograde that is still continuing at this moment in time. And I'm sure, like me, I can honestly say I have really felt this particular retrograde's energy. It's been quite heavy, quite intense, but it's also kind of merged with the upcoming of today's solar eclipse energy as well. And then we've got the Aries new moon today as well. So we've got this humongous amount going on around us. Now, where we are in the UK, we won't see this total solar eclipse at all, but it will be seen across North America. But the energy and the reverberations of it will be felt everywhere. So the eclipse will occur as the new moon in Aries passes between the Earth and the Sun, momentarily blocking out its light today. And the Aries energy that we've got coming off of the new moon is encouraging you to become aware of how you are battling yourself. So it really wants you to look deep into yourself and be open and honest and work with that shadow work. So you may be sort of unconsciously or consciously perhaps fighting to overcome your obstacles. You might be fighting against self-doubts that are holding you back. And this eclipse mixed with that Aries energy is going to invite you to feel how you can align and support to overcome those blocks instead of feeling like you need to battle with them all the time. So, for example, behaviours that lead to things like complaining, gossiping, being judgmental, these all lower your vibration. They also fight against the life that we all know you are trying to create. So now is the time to stand up and witness these shadow energies within yourself. You need to witness them and understand them and then shift them. It's time to also let go of sabotaging behaviours. Let them reveal themselves so that you can begin to learn from them. So this is again going back into that sort of deep delve into the shadow work within yourself. And it can be quite a painful process to look at the ways in which we hold ourselves back and the ways that we hinder ourselves from our own evolution and our own growth. But it is also a very honest process, and it's very revealing, and it can be highly needed and incredibly beneficial for you. Now, I spoke a little bit in the last podcast about the full moon lunar eclipse, and I'll go over it again, which is that the entire astrological year has this overriding theme of action. So again, today, with the solar eclipse, it's got a hugely powerful and potent energy. So today is the most perfect day to set these things into motion, these actions into motion. You need to be decisive in your decisions, in your intentions, your affirmations, and in your visions as well. Now, as we know, with a new moon, you always have this offering of a clean slate, a fresh start to move forward with. And now more than ever, you need to embrace it and go with the flow of these changes that will come to you, because that they are really needed, so they will show themselves to you, rather than attempting to control and to try and resist them. And the more that you embrace and go with the flow, the more magical it will all be for you. Now, as we know with all planetary, lunar, solar based energy, it has kind of a ripple effect anyway. Just because a new moon is going on today does not mean that today is the only time that that energy is of importance or the message means anything to you. This energy continues to move forward. It tends to have a few weeks around it on either side, where this energy is kind of important to what is going on with you. So what you start and begin during this new moon phase will ripple out into your life, creating your reality over the coming months. So this one has a much longer effect, and it's because of this eclipse energy that is kind of behind it. It's almost like an amplification. So this is what manifesting is all about anyway, bringing your desires into reality. So we're going to feel the effects of the intense new moon eclipse for the next 2 weeks, but we're also going to see the results from it for months to come. You need to be prepared for like a major shift in energy and direction, as this solar eclipse will deliver the most powerful lunar energy of the year. It marks the opening of a 6-month chapter for us and will bring closure to the events of the previous 6 months. So that will be leaving behind those experiences, those patterns, and those energies from your previous phase. And you'll probably notice that the eclipse will stir up a surge of emotions and sensitivities. And it can all feel so big that it can leave us feeling exhilarated, drained and tired from it as well. As our energy ebbs and flows with the turbulence of this lunar phase, we may notice that there's waves of emotions that intensify, that can come on quite unexpectedly, which in turn can lead to moments of overreaction or being overly sensitive. The thing here is it's very important to recognize when this happens that it is just simply our energy in motion. It's our energy seeking balance with the incoming heightened energy from that eclipse. So it's okay to lose your shit. It's okay to feel things very intensely, or to be overly hurt by something that didn't necessarily need to hurt you that badly. It's completely normal for our emotions to just be riding high on this wave. I can honestly say that for probably about 14 days now, I can definitely agree with this information. I have been super sensitive. I have been super harsh on myself. All things I know better, and I know that I shouldn't really be reacting in that manner. But I love this information here, which is that it's okay to feel those things. It's okay to lose it and to react badly or poorly or over the top. It's okay. But what we've got to realize is that we need to recognize that it's there, recognize that it's actually probably not necessarily coming from within us. It's based on the energy around us and how our energy is reacting to it. So this is a wonderful time to make time for yourself to meditate, especially if you are feeling all of those feels. This gives your mind an opportunity to kind of find some quiet and some calm and some peace, whilst also then connecting you back to your inner self, leaving you to walk away from a meditation feeling much more grounded and centered. And this is kind of always great advice. Any mass energy, any eclipse, any retrograde, the key for us is to try and bring ourselves into our center, bring ourselves back into ourselves, connect to our higher selves, keep ourselves grounded and rooted at the same time. This will make us feel more secure, more connected, and more able to embrace what is going on in our life and look at things with a fresh perspective. Now, another really good way, if you're feeling all of this, is to take a saltwater bath. They're very soothing on the nervous system. They can calm the mind. They can release toxins from your body. The salt helps to draw out any negative energy and replaces it with positive energy. I personally am always a fond lover of bathing when it's just too much, and bathing when I am holding too much negative energy. It's truly a cleanse. It's a cleanse of the mind, it's a cleanse of the body, obviously, but it's also a cleanse of the aura and your energy field. Now, through the eclipse, it's also an excellent time to put your phone down and to walk away from social media for a while. Overuse of technology, which emits an electromagnetic energy, can disrupt our own energy field, and it will leave us feeling drained and very much out of sync with our own body's natural rhythms. So then add on that overwhelming feeling that social media can bring on. At times of heightened emotions and sensitivities, it's not the best time to be doom scrolling and ending up inevitably comparing our lives with others online. And where possible, try and take some time for yourself, indulge yourself in a little self-care that makes you feel good and brings you back into yourself. Again, where possible, try to avoid a toxic environment or toxic environments, it might be plural, wherever possible. If you have an opportunity to avoid something and you have an opportunity to say no, then this is the perfect time to use that. Toxicity has such an immense negative impact on our energy field, and it knocks us right out of balance. And right now, you need to be focusing on being balanced within and grounding yourself during all of this eclipse energy. So getting back to the energy that is going on around us, we've got the axis between Aries and Libra, and this will be ignited under these eclipses. And this will bring our attention back around to our relationships and the self. So if you recall in my last podcast over the full moon lunar eclipse at the end of March, it was very much centered around our relationships, including our relationship with ourselves. So we're kind of rounding off that work that we did. We're rounding off that energy that would still be with us at the moment. And you need to sort of spend some time, honest time, questioning, like, who are we when we're alone? Who are we when we're in a relationship? Again, relationship does not necessarily mean life partner, lover. It can mean anything. Friendship, family, children, boss, job, colleagues, you name it. And this dance between the self and the other will be on display through these eclipses, guiding us to deepen our relationships and, more importantly, connect on a deeper level with ourselves. So we've got this powerhouse of energy as the sun and the moon are exactly conjunct with Chiron, initiating a new cycle of healing and rebirth and personal awareness around an emerging sense of self that is in transformation. Chiron, the wounded healer of the zodiac, will bring up our past, including our trauma. So again, we kind of need to be grounded and balanced enough within ourselves, dealing with our shadow work before we kind of feel and vibe off of Chiron, where it's going to bring up our past and trauma, which nobody ever likes having to deal with. Its influence on this solar eclipse can shed light on how your past limits your path going forward. And we've got an activation of the North Node as well. Now, the North Node is all about moving forward, which is the opposite to where we were with the lunar eclipse at the end of March. That was in the South Node. But this one is all about where you are ultimately aiming for. So we've got this wonderful mass of energy that's kind of pushing us, very much driving us to what is coming, what we want to come, what we are looking to become in our future. So expect plot twists, expect chance encounters and miracle breakthroughs and wonderful things that are guiding you to the future that your heart most desires. Now, through all of this intense and unpredictable energy, we need to see it almost as an energetic reset. It's going to be marking a huge turning point for us and the beginning of a new reality as we shed anything that blocks our progress. So we've got that kind of removal of anything that's in our way, removal of old patterns, past behaviors. We are shedding toxic environments, shedding toxic relationships, anything that doesn't align with what we are looking to activate in our future. And we will no longer tolerate harmful dynamics, and they will be eclipsed out of our lives with this eclipse. Chiron being highlighted in all of this energy is significant for where you are feeling more vulnerable in your life, where you may be feeling wounded as well, but also what you are healing, and that will continue into early 2025. So where you are now and the work that you do on that energy is going to take you all the way through to the beginning of next year. And the universe is shedding new light on what you are meant to see, but authentically see within yourself. Which brings us back to the beginning of what I was saying. We need to work on us honestly and openly, and the universe is there going to be shedding that light on you so that you can see yourself in its true light. And a stillness and silence is not only needed but kind of recommended so that you can hear what your spirit and your soul are saying to you now. And I know it's easier said than done, saying, oh, you need some quiet time, but that stillness and that silence will allow you to hear your soul, but also hear your heart's desire and be able to kick into what your intuition is telling you. Quieting and calming that Aries energy of charge is essential to understanding the bigger picture of this eclipse, as well as to what is necessary for you to integrate from your soul for the new beginnings that are on their way. Now, a solar eclipse can bring a real sense of shadow and darkness with it, and coming face to face with your shadows and what you allow to keep you scared and stuck. During a solar eclipse, you can sometimes be confronted with a sense of kind of, who am I? Almost an identity crisis as such, and a jarring realization of where and how you maybe lost yourself or maybe strayed from your path. But this is only being highlighted, no matter how intense it feels, no matter how scary it can feel. It is only being highlighted to you so that you can realize and then free yourself from these things. And then you can move forward from it. It's a really beautiful time for soul searching, especially around the ways in which your past prevents you from moving into your future. And as the moon meets with Neptune in Pisces and then later with Venus in Aries, these cosmic events are a significant message from the universe, urging us to wholeheartedly believe in our ability to manifest anything, manifest our desires, our dreams, our wishes and our wants. This holds the key to unlocking our deepest hopes for love and romance and abundance and prosperity. Now, this energy can trigger positive change and bring destined opportunities, as we will now magnetically be able to attract what we hope and wish and desire for. So pay real close attention to what kind of appears in front of you, what is kind of guided to you, what you feel you are being guided to. And in particular, pay close attention to deeper connections with certain people in your life, as they may hold more profound meaning than you realize. Just in general, be prepared for miracles and breakthroughs and surprises. The eclipse is also taking place near Mercury, which of course is still in its lovely retrograde period. Experiencing a powerful solar eclipse as this one is during a very chaotic Mercury retrograde brings us the opportunity to reprocess events of the past so that we can release them. So we've got a huge releasing, huge shredding energy here. Get rid of all of it if it doesn't work for you. Now, these two energies paired together can shed light on what is holding you back from your next evolution. And then we've got Mars, who's the ruling planet of Aries, is conjunct Saturn in Pisces during this eclipse period as well, which will illuminate our commitments. So as you write your intentions, make sure you are clear about what you want. With the intensity of the eclipse and the chaotic energy of the retrograde, it really might be difficult right now to know what it is that you really want from your life enough to write it all out tonight and make a dedicated commitment to it. And that's okay. The answers, they will come to you. It might take a while though. And the key is, when they do come to you, when those answers make themselves very clear to you and you all of a sudden have this direction that you know that you want to go in, make your intentions clear about it and about what you want to do with them. This is a perfect time for you to be tapping into your inner warrior. We've all got that inner warrior within us. Tap into it now and be prepared to embrace the change that is coming towards you. And a little word of advice, during this period, because of this heightened emotions, this oversensitivity that everybody will be feeling in different levels, don't be too quick to prove yourself right in an argument. Sometimes it's okay to let things go, because conflict right now will naturally turn into something bigger than it needs to be, just because of those heightened emotions. Now, during this time, you also need to challenge yourself and align with the courage that Aries can give to you. So step into a different consciousness, one that considers the future a completely blank slate. See yourself and dedicate yourself as the creator of your own reality. Your past may have shaped you into who you are right now and for where you are today, but today you can choose for it to no longer limit your future going forward. So during this time, just a few little hints and tips. This is a lot of energy to deal with, so be very aware of your triggers. Be super patient as things unfold before you. Allow the change to come to you. Keep your energy cleansed. Stay as grounded and balanced as possible. Surrender to any transformations that appear before you. But most of all, trust your intuition. Now, if you're working with crystals, I would recommend working with labradorite. It's a great one for offering clarity and insight as you delve into your psyche. So we've got a lot of deep work to be doing, a lot of soul searching to be doing, and a lot of honesty. So this could be a really good one to just offer you a bit more clarity and insight as you go through those steps. Its energy illuminates your path of self-discovery, and it will empower you to confront and integrate shadow aspects with wisdom and understanding. Another good one to work with would be fluorite. It's the crystal for a higher mind, for the intellect, for the insight. It's a great one to work with for learning and planning. And again, this one works with clarity and focus. So as you go through all of this inner work and this shadow work, this would be a really good one to work with so that you can just hone in on that and actually get some more clarity from it. And then we've got azurite, which is a crystal that helps us powerfully tap into our emotions and into our imagination, into our creativity, into our intuition. And it will ask us to think outside the box. And this again would be great whilst you navigate through all this shadow energy. And then we've got aragonite, which is the leadership crystal, and it leads through deep healing, transformation, and it supports us in making honest, authentic, positive changes. So this one I would say is probably going to be my favorite for after you've done your hard work. So you've done your shadow work, you've kind of come to your conclusion about your desires and your wishes and your intentions. And then you need to heal all that energy, all that effort that you put into it. Heal your own energy field as well and transform into what it is that you're asking. This would be a great one to work with on that side. And then I would recommend clear quartz or selenite, because these beautiful all-rounders, they magnify energy. So they're brilliant for manifesting and for setting those intentions. They purify our energy field and they release old patterns and they reject negativity. So they're fabulous ones to just work with, regardless of what you need them for. They are wonderful all-rounders. And although I highly advocate journaling anyway, through this particular phase, I would suggest it from all angles. Use it to pour out all of those feelings. Use it to release those intense emotions. Use it to talk to your higher self, to assist you with your grounding processes. And of course, with all new moons, it's perfect to write out your intentions and your commitments for going forward and all the ways that you can take those steps forward from today, from these thoughts. So in case it's of any use to anybody, here's some journaling prompts to just get you started with. Where and how does my past hold me back from moving into my future? How can I honour my past while moving forward with intention? How does the darkness of the eclipse resonate with areas of my life where I seek clarity or illumination? In what ways am I being called to change and grow in my life? What changes or first steps can I take at this new moon to move me forward? Now, this is just a starting point, just to kind of get you going. From there on, just free write and let it all flow out of you. It's a huge amount of energy that we're talking about working with, but as we all know, it is just energy, and we can change that energy if it doesn't work for us. So through all of this energy, through all of these phases and all of these planets and suns and moons, focus in on what it is that you need. Trust yourself. Pay attention to what you are guided towards and let go of that control. Keep your mind open and flow naturally with the energy that is around you. And definitely keep yourselves hydrated. Until next time, guys, I wish you all the best.